It's very much so later. I just took the camera off the charger, and it's 1:26 in the morning. So I forgot to enroll in my classes. That actually started today, but for some reason it's not allowing me to enroll. I don't know what the issue is with that, but I'll get to that tomorrow. I just have to show them the picture of what it says on the computer screen, and then we can figure it out. Because I only need 2 classes left in order to graduate. But in order for me to stay on campus, you have to have a certain amount of credits. So I have to take 3 classes. So that I don't know what other class that's going to be. It's literally just for fun. Yeah. And also, I wanted to tell y'all, I watched this show called Black Rabbit. I'm pretty sure you guys know it because it came out back in September. It's on Netflix. Jason Bateman, I think, and then Jude Law. It was really such a good show. Like, when it first came out, I watched the first episode, but I felt like it was moving a little too slow. Usually if I watch a show, like for instance, let's say Task. Task started moving slow, but by the middle, like literally like, I want to say 15 minutes in on the first episode. 15 minutes in to the episode, they had already robbed the house. One of the boys who was just getting ready to get married, they got him to do a last job and say he didn't have to do this no more. Then all of a sudden, somebody's people are home that are not supposed to be home, basically. And shit just went out of hand. Like, that was the first episode, and I like that. Like, it don't gotta be the first 5 minutes, but 10, 15 minutes, get this shit rolling. But at the time, I didn't, like, nothing was really moving in the first episode of Black Rabbit besides Vince left and he came back. They really got into it, why he was leaving and coming back, spending money. They probably said it in the first episode. I don't really remember because once I started rewatching the show, I just went straight into the second episode. Like, I finished the first episode, but I don't remember what happened, so I didn't feel the need to go back and watch it. But shit started popping off in that second episode, and I was like, oh. The father died. He was like this person that worked at the bar and basically ran the bar. So they felt like when they got older, they wanted to be like their dad. But their dad had died, right? So let's just get that straight. They seemed Italian. I don't know, because the mother seemed like she had a little bit of accent. When they switched back, I don't really know. I'm just guessing. But found out Vince borrowing money from people because he was going to get the money to gamble and stuff, and then he owed them. And then when they got, like, what happened? What was the biggest thing that really made him get out of town? Oh, he bet money. Oh, he took out an insurance claim or something like that, or got some money from his trust from his mother. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I'm all over the place. I am sorry about that. I just watched it the other day. I don't know why it's not coming back. It has something to do with he bet the house. He used the money that was going to be something for the house to save the house or something like that. And the Knicks lost. That was the only thing I found funny in this show. I'm all over the place. My gosh. But I do know it has something to do with the Knicks game. He was betting on the Knicks, and he lost the fucking money. Like, he just bet the whole thing. But the thing is, I'm trying to figure out what the money was for. Because later on in the show, they burnt the mother's house down, or the grandfather's house. I don't remember what parent it was. Or maybe the dad's house. Fuck. Why don't I remember? They burnt down somebody's house. I'm pretty sure it was one of their childhood homes to get insurance money because Vince had a guy set up who already had somebody on speed dial and who was on like the first on the scene. Like it was a long list of people that helped him out to get that insurance money. Easy peasy. But remember when he borrowed he borrowed money from a couple of people, and one person was the friend of his father and his mother. Something happened. Vince and Jake's father was beating on their mother. Vince came out, was going OD crazy on the mom, and he dropped this big old, I would say statue, because that's probably what it was, and that's how heavy it sounded. He dropped that shit on he dropped it on his dad, so he killed his dad to protect his brother because he was about to go upstairs to get Jake. To do what with him? Like, what, you putting your hands on her, but now you want to change it up and go whoop the kids because you mad? You throwing shit on the floor because I'm asking you questions? That was kind of crazy. But they called Manscuro, the deaf man, the guy who was visually impaired, hearing impaired. I have a hearing impairment. I'm trying to remember if that term is correct. That's why I stopped. Hearing impairment. I'm pretty sure I'm correct, but it just sounds so crazy when it rolls off my tongue. Hearing impairment. Visual impairment. Visually impaired. Hearing impaired. I don't think hearing impaired is a word. Hearing impairment. I'm finna get way off track. But the guy was deaf, and his son was trying to do more in the business. They told the son, two people don't mess with. Don't even say yes to. Vince, and don't hurt Jake. That's what you gotta do. Fucked around and let the man borrow 140 grand. And you're surprised that he didn't give you back the money on time? The nigga is he gambles. Like, this is an addiction. This addiction of the gambling. He also said that he did drugs. So that situation with his father traumatized him to what led him to this. But all of that going on, and they gotta worry about what's going on inside the club. Jake, you just came in and seen the girl stumble out of the bathroom in distress, and you giving her an ultimatum and then really firing her. You didn't even ask if she was okay. Like, no concern. You fire her, and you don't ever even try to reach out until you see a post, which you know is true. What the fuck are we really talking about? And I'm pretty sure that even if Vince never came back and he had these problems, Jake still would have deleted that footage of Jules drugging Anna. He still would have did that just to cover up and clean up his image. Or while you run this place. You supposed to be the one that's protecting your fucking employees. And then Roxy, seeing the behaviors but didn't want to do nothing, didn't want to say nothing until it was too late. But that whole, mind you, this is loosely based on a restaurant here in New York. Here, I'm in Baltimore, but in New York. I looked it up and I'm like, oh shit, this is serious. Like, wow. Like, I think after maybe 15 minutes into the second episode, I kind of went to TikTok to see, and I seen one of them little fun fact videos, and they're talking about, did you know this show was loosely based on this restaurant? Immediately went to Google and looked it up. because this was going on. And I'm like, you know how they like to fabricate and add all in for the suspense. Imagine if this, no, can't say that. I don't want to say that. I ain't trying to get myself caught up. But like, that is insane. Like, imagine Jake supposed to be running a club, and then on top of that, Estelle, wow. You cheated on your boyfriend with his business partner. I mean, I understand you was suffocating in a relationship where the man only just wanted to be worried about himself and you on his arm. You're not some type of, what's that, person that could be showed off. Like, it was there, but it wasn't coming real fast. I'm sorry. But like, communication before we get this far. He want her to, but it's like, she's an interior designer. Is that what she was? To design the building? Yeah. He said it. And she can design all these buildings and stuff. You talk about it was only because it was with Jake. Like, everybody could feel the energy between those two. And honestly, the scene with Estelle telling Wes and them breaking up and stuff, in that moment, I was so scared for her. Because I'm like, all right, all these other men are horrible. Except for Tony, you know, when they got shot in the neck at the club. Roxy, she wasn't a bad person. She just overlooked the bad things. But in the end, she kind of like made a way for herself and, you know, moved on from that. What was I talking about? Oh, I'm thinking every guy in the movie is horrible based off the situation that happened with Anna, and coming to find out, and they running outside trying to get away from people that's trying to take them out while trying to successfully run a business that is falling apart from the inside out because you didn't do your job as the owner. Kind of crazy to me. But I really, really, really thought when he started making those real angry faces, I had to brace myself. I kind of like started skipping through the episode like piece by piece to make sure I didn't see him physically attack her. All of that for Wes to die. And honestly, I didn't even know his wound was that even serious. Because did he get, I didn't see, that's the thing. When the robbery scene came and they pulled out the gun, it was like, I'm thinking they just gonna stage it and stuff like that. But then the boy got, man, school, I don't remember his name. It was some silly shit. But he got too, like, he just wouldn't stop being focused on Jake. Because why do you hate Jake more than you hate Vince? He's the reason, well, technically, they had the money from the charity that they made. But Jake went ahead and took that money and put a down payment on the pool room. So, I kind of get it. But it's like, this whole shit and stuff that we going through is because of Vince. You should be more mad at Vince. But then that boy fucked up in the robbery and got himself. Vince had no choice but to do it. Because see, that boy was absolutely going to shoot Jake. Absolutely, 100%. But I was even surprised that Tony made it. I for sure thought, because he got shot in the neck. He got hit in the neck. So I was confused. It was so much. But they was able to save it. And then when they got to the end of the show and I'm seeing all like the different angles of everybody else, how they doing in life and stuff like that. And so I'm like, he survived. I had to make sure that wasn't a memory from the past or when they first started there. But then they realized Roxy opened up her own place and named it after Anna. That was really cute. I wish she had a better, I wish she was able to get out of there and just put it all behind her, because she was absolutely traumatized, distraught. And then you, the owner, as my friend, you didn't even like you go through this protocol every other night. All of a sudden, it was really insane. And then Vince fucked up on that part because, but they got him drunk. They got him drunk, and he told them where she lived. And I think, no, said her name, not where she lived. Her name. And then, what you call it? The outcome of that scene. Like, that was really such a great show. And it was just so interesting because it's like, you got her to sign this NDA. You gave her the money. And also, he told her that she had 20 minutes to come downstairs. Honestly, like, she went to go take a shower, get fresh to go down there. But his car was too... His car was too far away from her apartment. So, but it wasn't even that far. It was like literally across the street. But then it's like I don't even know if he had protection on him like that. Yeah, I don't think he had protection on him like that. So he definitely wouldn't have been able to fight those other two boys off. Because imagine finding both her and the lawyer to Jules. But he would have put up a fight. But then the guy took Vince's watch, and it fell in Anna's house, so he couldn't even go back. That was really a good show. And also, he always knew that he was the issue, but he just couldn't bring himself to say. He let everybody else let him know that he was the fucking problem. But I guess he was always scared of accountability because they gave the money back. Unfortunately, that boy died. They wanted to take Vince. Jake was willing to give up his brother to get rid of all of this. Like, that was the last, told where Vince was gonna be at, led them to Vince, and then like, fuck it, we gonna go through this shit together. The cops is coming. Like, at this point, it is what it is. And then Vince really had to sit there and be like, yo, this is my baby brother, and I'm really dragging him through this shit. Like, dude, out of all of this stuff, he still remained a good person outside of the Anna situation, because that was crazy. But we've been through the craziest shit these past few days because of me. Week 2, however long I've been here. Like, they literally had to give up their first restaurant. Well, Jake had to give it up because they had to pay the settlement on this guy who worked at Black Rabbit with them, and they got mad drunk, and they was gonna see who could jump from the roof to the other roof to see if they make it. And basically Vince tricked him, and the guy really jumped, and he hit his face on the ladders outside the buildings, like, you know how they have on them brownstones up the side. Hit his face there and was paralyzed. But then they made it seem like Vince paralyzed him, though. Like, I'm just realizing that. He came up with the bet, and Vince let him, like, okay, it's a competition. But it's because he like literally probably didn't try. But it's like, what the fuck? I don't know. That was kind of crazy to even because people, I guess people do dumb things when they inebriated. That is my thought process. 20 minutes of this. And also, I've been trying to upload footage for like the past 2 weeks. Like, I have the video on my computer to transport it to YouTube, and it keeps saying something about the footage that I gave is like messed up or something. But it's like when I go look at it and I play the video over, it's perfectly fine. So I don't know. I'm just a little confused. And I use Clipchamp because I have an HP laptop. I don't need any of that other fancy stuff. I make the video. Sometimes I might look through the video to edit. Sometimes I might not. And mind you, I don't sit and make videos like just straight through. Sometimes I do that. But other times I'm usually just recording that parts. Like you can see when it switched to the next clip. Unless I'm talking about a show, movie, or something like that, then the video will be long to the point where I don't really have to edit. I could just make a thumbnail, post it on YouTube. I might have to post this footage before the others. And I think it's mainly because I have so many clips that I need to put together. But it's like I always do that. And it's always, the videos is always an hour, hour 30. It's always something that long because I talk so fucking much. Like I go to school. I think if I had a little smaller camera, I'd take you out with me to school. But I'm not taking out my camera every single, and I'm not buying another camera to do that. I'm just not even gonna do that. And I'm not even gonna record on my phone and then switch it to the computer. I mean, I could do it from iMovie, but before that was taking a long time. You gotta wait for it to download, then you gotta have enough space. Who wants to keep going through that shit every single day? Not me. Not the fuck me. Yo, I seen a TikTok where they took, I don't even know how to bring this. Matter of fact, I don't even want to bring this here. I don't even want to speak on that because I don't even know too much of that stuff and that information that they was giving out. Now I know what to look for, but that is not something I dare would ever repeat. I won't even like the video or engage in the comment section. I'm just gonna read and laugh at what the fuck the other people are saying. But I just have to commend y'all. At first, I used to be like, what's the point of coming up here and telling your business and leaving your comment section open for people to give an opinion and then you don't like it? If you're gonna tell your business, turn your comments off. Like, common sense, or just don't talk about it. Like, it be the whole stories with the guys, you think my boyfriend hates me? And you give 5, like not even 5, the first 2 red flags. You already listed 2 red flags that he did and you stayed after you didn't fix the first 2 fuck ups? Like not even red, it went, no, like come on, be for real here. You don't want advice, but you letting people know what's going on. And you ask the question, the answers that we given you don't like. So now you're getting mad because you think now you got a potential. People know you dumb for taking this man back after all of these things that you listed. And you got the nerve to ask, do he hate you? Yes, he do. He do. He fucking do. Like you know what you need to do, so why are you trying to be neither here or there? I like people who come to social media and tell their business because I definitely for sure be up in them comments reading and laughing. If I really had the gall and the balls to say what the conversation was on, the comments that I'm reading, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But like it's happened so much. Wow, like that's the way they figured it out. It says something, I'm gonna just say it's excessive farting. It has to do with excessively farting. Loose farts. That's what I'm gonna give you. I've been hollering at these comments. Like this is, wow, nasty, but like funny. All right, so did I watch anything else that's new this weekend? No, I did not. Absolutely did not. Besides Black Rabbit. And honestly, I don't even, I think I started watching The Shining, and then it was around like 11 p.m. on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday when I started watching Black Rabbit. Bring up, whoa, did I say this? I don't think I did. The fact that Vince was such a good brother, like he wasn't always a good brother, but he was good at consoling Jack when he needed to comfort him and to make sure that he's always safe. The fact that he did what he did to his dad to protect his brother and his mother. And also to keep the secret because they, when Squirrel said to the wife, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody what the fuck happened. Nothing, right? And tell Vince, don't say nothing of it. He's going to live his life like a normal boy with a good childhood. And Jake doesn't need to know any of that. Right? So it was like he kept that promise and kept that secret to himself because he didn't know if Jake was going to have questions or like allude to like what really happened to dad. And he didn't want to have to be the one to tell the truth and be like, this is what happened. And for Jake to be mad at him because when the dad died, it was like Jake really missed him, put it like that. Like he might have heard the fights and stuff like that, but that's dad at the end of the day, basically. So when they was having that little heart to heart and in the sudden that Vince became so weird, he apologized and stuff. After telling him he was a good brother, I didn't want to ever like have to break you with what I've been carrying or like infect you with what I've been carrying. He was like, what are you talking about? He said, I killed dad. He was like, I know. He was like, what do you mean you know? He was like, I saw you do it. He was like, no, you was asleep. No, I got out of the bed. I heard the arguing and I saw you drop the thing on dad. And then it's like, well, why didn't you tell me about it? Well, you didn't bring it up. So we just went on. And you can see how much that stunted them in their emotions and the communication between them. Because had they talked about it and Jake told him in that moment, there's nothing wrong with you because Vince always thought he was cursed. Right? To be going through all of these things and he don't know how to stop it. Right? And Vince had to hear it and Jake had to be the one to tell him, just because you did that one thing doesn't mean you're a bad person. It was a bad thing that happened, but you're not a bad person. Sometimes people do mistakes but it was, wow. That traumatized the fuck out of Vince and surely took him down a path that he probably didn't even like, because when they came up with the concept about the restaurant, that was all Vince. Jake was just smarter in certain ways. So when that first situation happened with the loss, with the boy breaking his back, they had to give him money to pay him off. And then they had to buy Vince out of the company. And I think yes, the money that they gave him, I think they was either gonna take the money and do something with it, or he took the money and he bet it. Yes, that's what that money was supposed to go towards something. I still don't know what the fuck the money was supposed to go. But I know where the money came from in that moment when they had him, when they forced him to sign them papers. And I think that's the money he had took to go, what you call it, back on the next. And also, Jake also has some financial troubles too. Living above his means, taking on the tuition for the son. You got all these extra bills, but it's like, I don't even understand that whole situation. Your pride is so high that you won't let your ex-wife, mother, pay the tuition for the kids if they got the extra money. Take all the help you can get. Why do you feel like you need, like, I get it, those your kids, you messed up with your family, like he cheated on his wife, probably with somebody that worked at the bar. He was saying inappropriate shit. He said an inappropriate comment about Anna. She said she said the thing he said when he approached her on the street. And he was like, it was a joke. I think it was something about how many guys, I don't know, I don't want to repeat it. But I know it had something to do with tips, because she was the bartender. Damn. It's hard to not remember shit you just watched 2 days ago. And I'm pretty sure I'm asleep on it and remember when I wake the fuck up. It's just not coming to my mouth, my brain at all. But more than the story, that shit was good. I don't know how I ended back over here. I don't know. What am I going to do? 1:57. I don't have class until 4 p.m. But I'm going to go to campus, go get some food, get some dinner, get back on the shuttle, and come back to my room and see my friend. Usually I don't go to campus on Tuesdays, but I'm running out of food to eat. Frozen foods to eat. I just need a bag of potatoes, some bacon bits, and chopped salad kits. Cause I got some chicken nuggets in the freezer. I got some Polynesian sauce. I could eat that. But I want like the what's that? The 1 minute rice in the packet. You just sit in the microwave and heat it up. Like I be wanting to eat rice. But I only have one little small. Well, I used the other pot the last time. So there's a whole lot of stuff that I could be making. But unfortunately, I don't have the ingredients for it. Not yet. It's 1:58. I'm gonna put a movie on and then just go to sleep by like 3, hopefully. Because sometimes I be on TikTok all fucking night. Like last night, you would have thought I would have went to sleep after I finished watching. Yeah, it was Sunday into Monday. Today. Actually, yeah. Yesterday. It's Tuesday right now. What the fuck is wrong with me? That was crazy. But finished watching. Oh no, I wasn't watching anything that other night. Look at me. Can't even remember things. All right, y'all. I'm turning the camera off. I'm putting those rain sounds back on. Light off. Rest.